So back in 2017, I started unboxing some Harry Potter slipcovers from movies 1 to 7, and number 7 being part 1 and part 2. Now what's great about this series is the fact that they did them with unique slipcovers that match for the 2-disc special edition. And these are what they look like. So we had Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. And now, since last year or 2020, they re-released these again with new slipcovers. We have Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now we move on to Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2, and I'll be comparing it with the new re-release with the old release. Yeah! And, you know, this is the last one, and I have to say, the design on this one looks pretty awesome. It does go far and beyond, and I do quite like how they chose this design, and the nice colour scheme for blue really is a good final touch. The whole overall experience of the Harry Potter series has been really good. Like, I really enjoy them, but I would have to say my experience watching this one was a bit iffy because they came in 2 parts. Obviously part 1 wasn't up to expectations, and then part 2, I remember watching it in cinemas in 3D, and I was so disappointed because it didn't even look any good in 3D, because the only bit that really felt 3D was the smoke, and that's all about it. So enough talking, let's have a look at the 2. So we have the new re-release, and obviously this is the old release, and I have to say, this design style does look very nice, and I don't think I actually spoke about this one, but when you go over the Harry Potter name, it stands out in bold. So, you know, you can feel that it stands out between the other flat bits, so it's not flat, it's like bumpy in that. And I forget what the method is they use to do that, but it's such a good, unique quality, because sometimes the top spine has it a bit, the year 7 has it a bit when you go around the outer lining. They have that little bump around it that makes it more, you know, 3D element to it, that nice little feel to it. Obviously on this one, it's just all flat, and you just got the image. Like, you know, that's still good and all, but I prefer it when you can actually feel it and feel that texture, you know, that nice smooth texture. And that quality of the sleeves, the quality of this edition ones are better quality style than these ones. So these look like a cheap material box. As you can see, mine has wear and tear all around the edges, which isn't really good. I went through all of them, and these were just the best ones I could find. The rest were just so horrible. I just think the way the quality of the cardboard they used, or whatever paper they used to make them, was just terrible and didn't really go well together. And that's what's really annoying, is that when they try to re-release and they try and like save an extra money here and there, who the manufacturer is, and then sometimes you can get good quality grade ones, but then you get lucked out ones where it looks really colourful, really good, but then the material around the side is just flimsy, and then eventually they just like wear and tear too easily. And that's what I hate. As collectors, it's a really hard job to get them in pristine condition, unless you go to HMV and ask for them to be fresh out the back. You know, that's the only way. But when you go to Asda, and you can't really do that, because they have a different system where it's all out on the shelf. What's out on the shelf is what they have. It's like, really? That's a stupid system. So let's have a look at the spines, and throughout all of them, they are different font sizes and much more bolder as well, and much more clearer to look at. And also we looked at the spine top bits, where the year 7 is a bit more small than this one, but you get a nice little black banner that really separates it from the rest, so it's easy to pick out. Then on the back we have a much more wider shot of Voldemort on this final triumph, and from this one we have the disc 2 special features with the ultraviolet, which is removed from this one because it's not included, and instead we have 3 images. So now we compare the 2. I'm going to slide this one out, and I'm going to compare the art style on the DVD. Compare this to this, and it's exactly the same, except there's no 2-disc special feature on this one. The textile is the same on the spines, but on the back they made it so it's similarly matching the slipcover sleeve, except it's a bit more smaller because we have the information here. But other than that, they still went the extra way of including something, you know, making it sure that it still gets everything in there. This massive big shot is so much more better because we see so much of the foreground on the distance, so we all know what's happening. There's a lot more details going on, whereas this one is way too zoomed in. You focus on Voldemort, whereas this one you're seeing a lot more space between them, so you know it's a final standoff, and it looks much more better as a scene. So now we have talked about that, let me just open this up. I'm going to use my big massive thumb here to try and pose a hole. Once you get one tear going, like I always say, it just comes off these. Moment of truth, let's open this up, and there is the disc. And if you're all wondering, is this the same as this one? It is. It's exactly the same movie disc, so there's no differences between them, except I don't have the special features one, which is the most annoying thing. And I spoke about it quite a lot, and I know you guys don't agree. Like, some people comment the same thing on multiple videos, or there'll be one person on this one commenting the one that I've already talked about last time, why doesn't it have the disc 2? I have no idea what they were thinking. I think they wanted to re-release it because the books were getting republished, and then they thought, oh, we'll make a new, you know, slipcover sleeve to go with them. They give that more bookish feel to it. But in my mind, I think like they're still good nonetheless, but it just makes it harder tracking these down now, because when retailers come to stock them, they're going to be stocking these and not these. It's only going to be if they got the leftover stocks they're going to sell these. So if you're in HMV, or you're online, or you're on eBay or Amazon, if you see this, I would recommend getting it. If not, these are still good if you just want the movie, but you're someone like me who likes the extra special features, this movie is still just as good to collect. The special features on there do make up for it. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make me a like, comment and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't done already, when you do subscribe, please make sure you turn on post notifications by ticking that bell icon to get better with all the latest. And I will see you next time. But until then, take care.